Hello, I'm Shetty Sir from Milestone Academy. This video is for students of Standard 10th CBSE. You all are going to give your board exam of maths. The most feared paper is maths. So I'm sure you people might be wondering as to how to manage your time for this particular paper. Because the most common problem is time management. Students, you get 15 minutes to read the paper. Read the paper properly, see which questions are easy, mark them, and see that you do these questions before attempting the difficult ones. Not only that, your board paper consists of questions written in English as well as Hindi. So sometimes it really becomes tedious to spot the question correctly from the entire paper. So the first 15 minutes should be utilized in a proper manner. Section A comprises of 20 questions, each of 1 mark, in which you will be having 10 MCQs with no internal choice. You'll have 5 fill in the blanks, in which you can have internal choice, and 5 general questions, in which you can have an internal choice, which means you have internal choice for at least 2 questions. See that you don't waste more than 20 minutes for this particular section. Section B consists of 6 questions, each of 2 marks. Here again, you will have 2 questions with internal choice, obviously of which you have chosen in this first 15 minutes of reading time. So obviously you should not waste time when you're doing this particular section. You should finish the section within 25 minutes, maximum 30 minutes. Section C comprises of 8 questions of 3 marks each. Here again you have an internal choice, 3 questions with internal choice. You have made your choice in the beginning, so you should not be wasting time again. You should be finishing this maybe in 45 minutes, maximum 1 hour. Which means you will be left with enough time for the last section, which consists of 6 questions. Here again you have got 3 questions with internal choice. You have already made your choice in the beginning, so you should not be wasting time again here. But if you finish this section in 1 hour, you will be left with around 20 minutes to check your paper, which will be very crucial. Students, please avoid cancellations on the first page, because that's really going to create a bad impression. Do not try to solve a sum more than 2 times. If you have made a mistake in the first 2 attempts, move on to the next question. Simple. Do not know something, leave it, move on. In the final 15 minutes of checking, please check the formulae that you have written in the sums. Second, check for sign mistakes, that is the plus and minus signs. Thirdly, check the units that you have written. If it's area, you know what you're supposed to write. It should be meter square or centimeter square and so on. See that you've written the units, because in some cases if you don't write the units, you lose all your marks. Please check for copying mistakes. That is when you take down the information from the question paper onto your answer sheet. Please check whether you have copied it correctly. And last but not the least, check if you have attempted all the questions. As you are attempting the questions, you are also putting another tick to ensure that you have attempted it. These points should be kept in mind when you are checking your paper in the last 15 minutes. After having done that, now I come to the point wherein you have got few days to prepare for your maths paper. How are you going to go about preparing for your maths paper in the last few days? I'm sure all of you all might not have attempted all the chapters and all the questions of these chapters. In the last minute, do not try to do something which you haven't attempted for the whole year round. If you are not aware of certain concepts, this is not the right time to do it. See to it that you are focusing on the NCERT syllabus. See that all the solved examples of the textbook are completely covered by you. In case you have done your solved examples and all the exercises, then you must concentrate on the NCERT exemplar questions. They are important. In case you are unable to do so, do not panic. Stay calm. Do the questions which you have already done once. Try them again. And if possible, obviously, the previous board papers. After having done this much, you will be in a position to get reasonably good marks in your exam. If you have the time, please revise all the formulae of the chapters. Try writing them on a piece of paper. Try recollecting them. If your paper is presented in a very neat manner, it is going to really help you, because a clean paper and a neat paper always attracts more marks. So see that you present your paper in a proper manner, draw margins wherever necessary. See that your rough work that you use is on the last page. Keep it very simple, underline your answers, avoid cancellations. You should answer the manner in which the question is asked. If the question is a statement, then the answer should be a statement. So keep these things in mind. Students, for your last minute revision, I would like to give you a few tips. Please do not refer books which you haven't referred before. If your friends tell you to refer certain books, it is not necessary. Even if you do your textbook sums and the solved examples properly, it's more than sufficient, because in your board paper, 95% of the questions come from the textbook itself. It's only the 5% which comes from outside. Those are the hot sums. So you don't really need to waste your time for those hot sums, because it's just 5%. If you get your 95% right, I think you should be happy. See to it that you check all the formulae, revise them properly, write them down, try to remember them, because that is very important. See all the NCERT exemplar questions, all solved examples. If you can do this much properly, you don't need to do anything else. Last but not the least, please solve the last year's board papers and get it checked. If there's no one to check, you can check it yourself, because these answers are available in the textbook. See that you clock yourself. Give the exact time that is required, which I have told you earlier. If you are comfortable with that, I'm sure you will do well in your exam. Thanks for watching this video. And if you have liked this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we release a new video. Wish you all the best, children.